Good morning students. Today we'll see chapter 10. The name of chapter is direct and inverse variation. In this chapter first we'll see what is meant by variations. Two quantities are said to be in variations if change in one quantity causes corresponding change in other quantity. Variation means what? If you are considering the two quantities, so change in one quantity causes corresponding to change in other quantity, so that is called the variations. You can see the example. More is the number of articles bought, more is their cost. You can see another example. More is the money deposited in a bank, more is the interest earned. And you can see the third one example. More is the speed of a car, less is the time taken to cover a certain distance. So here you can see in these examples, change in one quantity causes corresponding change in other quantity. So therefore, variation is there. Now we'll see types of variations. There are two types of variations. First one, direct variation. Second one, inverse variation. It's very easy. First one, direct variation. Direct variation means what? If you consider the two quantities and if increase in one quantity causes an increase in other quantity, and the decrease in one quantity causes a decrease in other. So this is called the direct variation. Now we can see inverse variation. Two quantities are said to vary inversely if any increase in one quantity decreases the other quantity and decrease in one quantity increases the second quantity. In inverse variation, if you are considering the two quantities, so these two quantities are the vary inversely if increase in one quantity that decrease in the other quantity, and if the decrease in one quantity increases the second quantity. So that is called the inverse variation. You can see the one example. If more is the speed of car, less is the time taken to cover a distance. See, if the speed of car is more, so less time required. If the speed of car is less, so more time required. So increase in one quantity, decrease in the other quantity, and decrease in one quantity, increase in second quantity. So that is called inverse variation. Now we'll see the detail about the direct variation. You can consider the following table. This table shows the cost of different number of identical articles. Here number of articles and cost. Number of articles 8, so cost is 40 rupees. Number of articles 10, cost is 50 rupees. Number of articles 15, cost is 75 rupees. Number of articles 25, so cost is 125. And if the number of articles 30, cost is 150. Number of articles 40, cost is 200. Number of articles 60, so cost is 300. Now in each case we'll find out the ratio of the number of articles and their cost. Now first one, 8 upon 40. We know 8 ones are 8, 8 fives are 40. So which is equal to 1 upon 5. Now we take second, 10 divided by 50. So which is equal to 1 upon 5. 10 ones are 10, 5 are 50. You can see third, 15 divided by 75. So 15 ones are 15 fives are. So which is equal to 1 upon 5, and so on. Now here you can see, when you are finding the ratio of number of articles to the cost, we will get the constant 1 upon 5. Here 1 upon 5. So here 1 upon 5. Means number of articles divided by cost is always the same. So therefore, such case is an example of direct variation. So therefore, if two quantities x and y are in direct variation, then the ratio x upon y is always constant. Now we'll see the exercise 10a, and these are the examples of exercise 10a based on direct variation. Now the first example, exercise 10a, first example, in which of the following tables x and y vary directly? We'll see the first. You can see this table, x, values of x, x1, x2, x3, x4, x1 3, x2 5, x3 8, x4 11. So values of y, y1 4.5, y2 7.5, y3 12, y4 16.5. We have to check that these x and y vary directly or not. So for this, we have to show the ratio of x and y is constant. Now solution, x1 divided by y1. So values of x are x1, x2, x3, x4. Values of y are y1, y2, y3, y4. So the first ratio, x1 divided by y1 is equal to 3 divided by 4.5. We have to remove this decimal point. So multiply numerator and denominator by 10. So which is equal to 30 divided by 45. And 30 and 45 both are in 15 tables. 15 2s are 30, 15 3s are 45. So which is equal to 2 upon 3. Now you can see second, x2 upon y2 is equal to 5 divided by 7.5. So again 5 divided by 7.5 multiplied by 10 upon 10. So it is 50 divided by 75. So 25 2s are 50, 25 3s are 75. So which is equal to 2 upon 3. You can see third, x3 upon y3 is equal to 8 divided by 12. 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. So 2 upon 3. Next, x4 divided by y4 is equal to 11 divided by 16.5. So multiply numerator and denominator by 10. So it becomes 110 divided by 165. So we'll divide by 11. 11 tens are 110. 11 ones are 11. 16 minus 11, 5 remaining. Next 5. So 55 is the next number. So 11 5s are 55. Then 5 2s are 10. 5 3s are 15. So which is equal to 2 upon 3. Now here you can see, so this implies that x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to x3 upon y3 is equal to x4 upon y4 is equal to a constant, and that value constant is what? 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3 and 2 upon 3. So therefore x and y are in direct variations. X and y are in direct variations. Now we'll see the second example. Of the exercise 10a. 2. If x and y vary directly, find the values of x, y and z. The table is given. Value of x is x1, x2, x3, x4. Value of y, y1, y2, y3, y4. In solution, x and y are in direct variation. So if x and y are in direct variation, so this implies that 3 upon 36 is equal to x upon 60 is equal to y upon 96 is equal to 10 upon z. So here we have to find out the value of x, y and z. So all these ratios are equal because x and y are in direct variations. So now we will consider the first. 3 upon 36 is equal to x upon 60. So this implies that cross multiplication x multiplied by 36 is equal to 3 multiplied by 60. We are finding the value of x. So x is equal to 3 multiplied by 60 divided by 36. So 3 ones are 3 ones are 3 twos are 12 ones are 12 fives are. So which is equal to 5. So value of x is 5. Now we will find out the value of y. Here you can consider 3 upon 36 is equal to y upon 96. So y is equal to 3 multiplied by 96 divided by 36. 3 ones are 3 twos are. So 12 ones are 12 eights are 96. So which is equal to 8. Now we will find out the value of z. So 3 upon 36 is equal to 10 upon z. Cross multiplication, 3 multiplied by z is equal to 10 multiplied by 36. So z is equal to 10 multiplied by 36 divided by 3. So 3 ones are 3 twos are. So 12 multiplied by 10. So which is equal to 120. So the value of x is 5, the value of y is 8 and value of z is 120. Now we'll see one more example from this exercise. It's very easy. You can see a truck consumes 28 liters of diesel for moving through a distance of 448 kilometers. How much distance will it cover in 64 liters of diesel? From this example, see, a truck required 28 liters diesel to cover the distance 448 kilometers. So in 64 liters, how much distance will cover by the truck? In solution, let the truck will cover x kilometer in 64 liters of diesel. So we'll write all the information in table. Diesel in liters, distance in kilometers, 28 liters diesel, so 448 kilometer distance will cover. So if 64 liter diesel, so distance in kilometer x. You can see here 28 liter diesel, so 448 kilometers. Diesel is more, so obviously the distance covered by the truck is more. So it is the case of direct variation. So this implies that x1 divided by y1 is equal to x2 divided by y2. This implies that x1 28, y1 448 is equal to x2 64, y2 x. So cross multiplication, x is equal to 448 multiplied by 64 divided by 28. 2 1s are 2 4s are 2 3s are 2 2s are. Then 2 7s are 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. Then 7 1s are 7 3s are 21. Then 14 remaining, 7 2s are 14. So therefore x is equal to 32 multiplied by 32. Here you can see 32 multiplied by 32. So product is 1024. So therefore value of x is equal to 1024. So the distance covered by the truck in 64 liters of diesel is equal to 1024 kilometers. So students, we shall stop here and we'll see the next topic in next lecture. Thank you.